Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, the water's warming up at it's almost 73 degrees, and the conditions are nice and flat. And this is perfect because I plan on scuba diving today in search of my lost gear. As you know, I flipped my kayak last weekend, and my main objective is to find my favorite rod and reel combo. It was a Daiwa Lexa mounted on a Daiwa Proteus rod. You can see Caesar's here with me today, and we're on our way out. Here we are at the location where my kayak had flipped. I knew exactly where to go because I marked the waypoint on my fish finder last weekend. Caesar will be staying topside while I go into the water in search of my gear. As you can see, I'm prepping to dive down. I brought along my spear gun just in case I run into any big fish while I'm on the bottom. While the surface conditions seemed great with the minor swells and flat surface, the visibility was quite poor. You could see it was only about 5 feet here. Then as I dove deeper, that visibility dropped to maybe 2 to 3 feet. I couldn't see fish until they were right on top of me. So as I was surfacing and then going back down, I started speaking with a couple of jet skiers who shared with me that they had spotted great whites in this exact location, so that wasn't very encouraging. There wasn't much to see in the early morning footage, so here I've fast forwarded later in the day, and as you can see, conditions still haven't improved much, although there is more light. But at this point, I'm following Caesar's fishing line. He hooked into a fish that swam right into the rocks, so I'm trying to get into the rocks to hopefully retrieve that fish who just would not come out. Here I fast forwarded it a bit further. I'm approaching bottom here, and as you can see, those rocks are barely visible, and they're just a couple of feet in front of me. That fish swam into a really tight hole, and I did my best to get him loose, but in the end, he just cut the line. So while I'm combing the bottom in search of my lost gear, Caesar's in his kayak, fishing like he normally does. And here's the funny thing. On one of those casts, he actually snags my lost rod and reel. That's what you're looking at here. My Proteus rod and Lexa reel. Back from the depths of the Pacific Ocean. How about that? Having retrieved my gear, I decide to relax and do a little bit of fishing. Well, I cast out a chartreuse salmon egg, and this is a first for me. I land a triggerfish, and he's a good sized one too. Nice way to end the day. Here it's close to noon. You can see the sun's back out, but you can see the surface is becoming more choppy and the wind has picked up, so it's time to return to the harbor. There's Caesar. He had landed a 14 or 15-inch California sheephead. He's on his way to the pier to see if any of the guys want to take it home. I, on the other hand, was just so glad to have my gear back. That Daiwa rod and reel setup was my go-to rig for casting out lures. So nice to have it back. Great way to start off for the Labor Day weekend. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe and like this video.